to Living in the Light, and I'm Mary Amy, and I'm coming to you live from New York, and I'm all about shifting away darkness, guiding you to your true potential, and cracking open that beautiful glowing light in your heart. Welcome to the fifth dimension. Here I am, I'm back. Oh my gosh, you've had so much patience for me. Today's October 15th, it's Sunday in the Matrix work week, and as you can see, I'm coming live, and it does look like it's going to be a beautiful day. I don't know what it's like where you are, and I have missed you so much. Now, as you know, personal story, I had this issue with my kidney stones. So I had this procedure, and then after I was feeling better, all of a sudden because I was weak, I had a weakened immune system. I had a terrible kind of illness that I've been dealing with for the last 2 weeks. So today was the first day that I really feel okay. I kept pushing it, and I apologize. So today we're going to cover topics like 1010 portal. Now, I know that we've passed the 1010 portal. However, we've had a solar eclipse and it still applies. Why? Because you can always be walking through to a new belief system, through a portal, through a gateway. So we are going to get into that. I'm going to talk about opening your mind's eye, your third eye. We're also going to get into Red October. What's going on right now with Red October? Are we in the midst of major shift? Are we going to have the solar flash? I also wanted to talk about something called data mining. And I wanted to get into that just because it's, like I say, I see topics that I want to go down the rabbit hole about, and that is one of them. I'm also going to get into something that's called, I don't know if you've heard of it, Bohemian Grove. Now, we know that there are these secret societies, and there are these secret annual meetings, and I believe that a lot of the same participants. And so Bohemian Grove has been around since 1872. I'm going to describe that. I also want to speak of our chakras, of course, psychic phenomenon. Have you been practicing your telepathy? I hope so. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. And please speak in the chat. I do take notes of everyone here who's joining us. And why is that? Because I want to know who you are. You're important. You're a beautiful being of light. You're highly advanced. You are worthy being as is in this moment. That is why we are trying to create in this moment our destiny. We're not waiting 10, 20, 30, 40 years. You know, that whole, I'm going to take a vacay twice a year for a week or whatever it is. Or, one day I'm going to climb Mount Everest, whatever it may be, one of your 10 humongous goals. What are they? We're bringing them forward here. And how do we do that? Well, I'm going to get into that. We do that because we live in the moment. We have gratitude for this moment. We are worthy beings. We have confidence that we can achieve whatever we want because we are worthy. It doesn't matter where you live, what you look like, what you have, or what you do. You are worthy as is. You don't have to wait 10, 20, 30 years. So, hey, who is that? Oh, I saw that you were writing, and I apologize. Light, what is it? Light Productions? Me too, the interest, the spiritual time. Yes. Well, I apologize, and I appreciate all your patience. And if you're not here live, you can catch this, just replay it. And I hope that it is something that you want to listen to beyond today, October 15th. So as always, I mention 3 topics when I initiate the show, because these topics will change you 1,000,000 trillion%. Yes, we are 33 trillion in debt. Why is that? We're always paying taxes. Anyway, so the 3 topics that I always mention are dreams. Have you been writing down your sleeping dreams? Do you have a dream journal? Do you just take a piece of paper and write it down? Why? Because you're acknowledging your inner life. You are being guided. We are trying to have self-actualization. We're supposed to realize Number one, that we are all connected, we are all one, but also that you're important, and everything that comes into your system, like I say, impressions during our clairsense work, during our psychic phenomenon work, your telepathy, whether it's clairaudience, your hearing beyond the walls of the room from another source. What is clairsenses? It's realizing and knowing and accepting your abilities, your knowing. You have a sixth sense, you have ESP. Maybe it wasn't realized yet because guess what? It wasn't nurtured. What was nurtured? Going into the classroom and sitting there and being told, here, memorize this book. Now, who wrote that book? Where's that history coming from? Is it just made up? Is it just an agenda? What is that? So we are coming from a place, you and I, where we are realizing that our dreams when we're sleeping matter because that's the truth. You operate on a certain vibrational frequency. And because of that, that's like your ID, like your name. Like my name is Mary. Well, my vibrational frequency is my ID. I have an original blueprint within me like you do. And it is being activated. And as it's being activated, your DNA is being activated, you will start to receive either impressions, which could be a sound, a mental image, a voice, some kind of information. And that is meant solely for you, just like your sleeping dreams. So please write down your sleeping dreams. Write down a little synopsis, a description, what day it is, what time it is, and what emotions are you evoking? What is happening to you when you have this dream? Because that makes a difference. Okay, so it's dreams, your intention. I hope your intention, you have a commitment to do your best because we can change outcomes. There's cause and effect. We can make a difference by our thoughts, by our energy, by our intention. So do have an intention to do your best. And now our thoughts are very powerful. You can control your thoughts. When you wake up, this morning when you woke up, it's Sunday here in New York, October 15th. When you woke up this morning, what were you thinking? What was the first thing that came into your mind? Was it something related to a task you have today, or an event or a memory from yesterday or another day, or maybe it was how you were feeling? And because, like I said, for me, personal story, what was the first thought that came into my mind? It was related to my health. And can I change that? Well, if it's something negative, I can go ride that negative thought and take it into the whole day and maybe even into tomorrow and poo, feel sorry for me. Or I can say, all right, I had that thought, now I'm letting it go. It's entirely up to you. All right, so first topic, anyone who's joining us, I hope you like, oh my gosh, what's happening over here? Practicing, oh good, you're pre-cooked, say, and it's fine. I know it's not our death, it's everybody. Yeah, we are all drifting. Okay, so I know there's so much going on out here. I mean, we are experiencing a lot of emotions based on what's going on in the news. Now, we know the news is paid programming. So for me, I take it with a grain of salt. I know that there is something going on. There's this war, there's this suffering and pain and bloodshed going on. I don't know what's going on. What I do with that information is I send light and love to everyone. So here's light on the horizon. And I've mentioned this in the past. Good things are coming beyond your view. What does that mean, light on the horizon? Well, it is the representation of a sunrise. And so I would have these dreams that I would get up and I would walk to this rectangle and I'd look through this rectangle, which turned out to be a window overlooking a sunrise. A beautiful sunrise of oranges and yellows and reds. And what does that represent? And I'm going to give this suggestion to you. Light on the horizon. So in other words, either you go to a sunrise or a sunset, or you imagine it, or you just take the symbol of light on the horizon and say, Good things are coming beyond my view. A difficult situation will improve. And you can take that first for yourself, because we really can't change what's going on out here. Sorry, we have no control. We only have control over this. So if we come from a place that, yes, we embrace everything that's going on, I'm not saying deny. I think we should realize our truth. We should realize whatever is going on in our immediate and current, I guess, day, life, what's real to us. We embrace that. And when we embrace that, we're living in the present, right? And how do we live in the present? Well, we say, oh, here I am in the present. Oh my goodness. We ground ourselves. We imagine and realize that there is our root chakra, the base of our spine, and we think, oh, my base of my spine is shooting right down into the earth, as well as my feet are shooting right down into the earth. And then we ground ourselves, and maybe we wiggle our toes, and we push away anything from yesterday or 5 minutes from now, and we live in this moment. And when we live in this moment, we, like, for instance, here's an angel I'm holding up. We touch something, or we realize there's a painting. I'm here. I have gratitude. We let out a breath. And when we ground ourselves and we live in this moment, and we let go of any stress in our bodies, we can right here place in front of us in this moment why we have gratitude and hope, because that's the only place it matters, is our dreams and our desires, our destiny. What is your destiny? Do you see it right before you? What does it look like? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? Who are the characters? What is the location? What's the weather? And we place it right here in this moment, because time is not real. Here we are in this moment. So what do you see? Maybe put your hands right in front of you like I am. And then imagine light around it. And what am I seeing that I want right now? And then if you have a feeling of joy, then you are able to reach that. You are able to reach that. All right, so the 1010 portal, here we are. Everyone, I'm so glad you're here with us. Right in the chat. Join us. Now, Light Productions, I don't know if I ever put you on my list, and you're going on the list right now because you are here. Light Productions. And everyone else, right in the chat, tell me where you're coming from. Unless you're a regular, like I was very grateful, by the way, Bob Harding, if you watched this video, I want to say I'm grateful that you wrote a comment. And it was so interesting. You happened to write a comment on one of my videos, Bob Harding, who's a regular, who's part of this community living in the light. And I had, in that moment, thought, oh, I got to do another video. And that was 2 days ago. And then I just couldn't do it. So I apologize. Yes, I thought they're very powerful. Yes, you're right. We don't have any control. So where are you coming from if you haven't already told me, Light Productions? Okay, so the 1010 portal. Yes, we pass by, but I say that every single day, in every single moment, we can walk through a portal, a gateway. You can reach the 5th dimension. You can reach this higher consciousness. Now, I go like this, like it's higher because I'm thinking low, high, but it's right here in this space that we're in. Our consciousness is really our capacity for, I guess, energy, vibration, frequency, thoughts. It's what we are guided by. The 5th dimension is a place of consciousness. It's how we consciously think. What is going on with that? And what is your belief system? Now, I say, let's just cut off that bag, that sack, that big, huge container that we carry around with us. Whether we realize we're giving it life, it's attached to us. And it's attached to our minds because we've been told what to think, who to be. Follow the masses. If you don't follow the masses, then you won't be liked. If you don't have followers, do we even know half of these followers? Do we know them personally? Is it important? No, but we're told that. And that's a way of pushing people into this mindset of being a follower, of being a normie, a sleeper. You have to wake up to the 5th dimension. The 3rd dimension, the matrix, is this way of standing in line, get in line, follow those people. Now, can you imagine If I told everyone across the planet to follow my destiny, that would be silliness, wouldn't it? It's the same thing. It's these leaders. What's their destiny? What's their hope? What is it they want? We don't care. We don't care. We are only taking care of this. You are only taking care of you. You have self-confidence, self-love. That's all that matters, because we can't change what's going on out here. So the portal that passed already, but there is a portal always that you can pass through. It's about changing your belief system. It's changing in this moment. And this 1010 portal has been a cosmic activation. Do you sense that everything has shifted? More and more are realizing this ascension, this awakening process. This idea that there's another belief system. They've climbed out of the matrix. They've taken off the blindfold. They've looked behind the curtain and they've seen the guy moving the levers. All that matters is what's going on with you, right? In your life. Now, maybe out there in the physical reality, a mother cares about their baby, but for the most part, everyone is trying to survive like you and I. So here I am sharing with you ways to survive and topics that I think we should go down the rabbit hole and just discover and realize. So let's get into it. So because I want to share with you how to open up your third eye if you haven't already opened it up and activated it. So ascension upgrades are going on right now for everyone. And that's what happened during the 1010 portal. Are you having more of these high-pitched sounds, tones in your ears? One, both. Are you having some really kind of very unusual dreams? I went up and went apple picking yesterday, and I got a pumpkin, and I fell asleep on the car ride back. Obviously, I wasn't driving. And when I fell asleep, for just a few moments, I had some of these lucid dreams. And these lucid dreams were almost like flashes of impressions like we speak about during our psychic phenomenon. They weren't long. They were just, and they felt very, very physically real. And that's what a lucid dream is. When you have a lucid dream, when you are ascending, which means that you've accepted who you are, and you've said, maybe I'm going to try some of this telepathic work. Maybe I'm going to do a little bit of meditation, focus on my breathing. Maybe I'm going to spend more time relaxing, more time in nature. Maybe I'm going to eat a little more healthy. And then all of a sudden, things start to shift for you. And when they shift, you start to have these lucid dreams, which you're not asleep and you're not awake. You're like just before you're about to wake up from sleep or you're about to fall asleep, you have these lucid dreams. And they are flashes of information like we experience if you're getting a premonition or you have some kind of precognition. So you are getting these ascension upgrades, which means that you might start to feel as though you don't really like the foods you normally did. You might start to wake up in the middle of the night. You might start to get little tingling in your arms and legs. Your personality might get a little better. You might start to have a little bit more crying, a little bit more laughter. And when I say better, I mean more of you is coming forward, the real you, not the one that you crushed because people said, adult or authoritative figure said, oh, you know what, Mary, I really don't like when you do this or you do that. And I went, I guess I can't be that person. I have to be whoever, I have to be this person to be liked. Forget about being liked. Just be you. So you are going to realize that worldwide change is happening. You are going to align with a soulmate. You're going to find someone in this lifetime. And it's an open exchange. It's an open line of communication. You're going to move, maybe this time right now, some big changes happening to a new business, a new friendship, a new relationship. You're going to start to set bigger goals for yourself. You're going to become more sensitive. And when you become more sensitive, don't forget that you should think about putting light around you when you go into a group of people because you're more vulnerable. When you're more sensitive, you have a tendency to basically take on others' feelings and emotions. So remember that, because you don't want this to shift your moods or your balance. It's okay to be more sensitive. It's okay to be empathic. Just know that you have to protect yourself from outside forces. There's a lot going on out here. There's going to be some really crazy stuff that's going to happen because the bad guys, the evil, is trying to keep hold and power. And the good guys, light, angelic forces, Jesus Christ, earth, is beginning to show more of itself and more of what we are about to go into, this golden age, the age of Aquarius. Okay, so are you here? This is some realization I'd like you. Are you truthful? Who are you to the outer world? Is it being true to who you are? Are you one person in your inner life, your personal life, and then out here you completely play a different person? Why not be a whole and go in and out of the two inner and outer worlds and be yourself? Because it takes a lot of work to do that. And also, it's a little bit of dishonesty. It's editing who you are. Let's be honest with ourselves. So we want to have complete balance, don't we? We want to have balance. I'm already having evolved. Yes, I'm sure you have. I hope you have. Yes, I found different soulmates already. Really? 3 different potentials. Well, God bless. Yes, you know what? We can go to a different, as we achieve a higher level within ourselves, we might very well then attract better. I mean, that's a possibility. You're not just staying stagnant, you're improving. I mean, when you hit the ultimate soulmate or twin flame, whatever you want to call it, your person, you might not need to keep moving. I mean, in a relationship, you might improve other aspects of your life. Okay, so this complete balance during this 10-10 portal, it's a major energetic shift, and we are ascending to a new phase of existence, and we're connecting to a higher purpose. Are you sensing that you're interested in doing more for others? Because there's what's called now I'm blanking on it. Service to others and service to self. Service to self is like 95% of your thoughts and actions are all about me. How is that going to affect me? All for me. I'm just literally caring about, is everything good for me? Service to others is 51% of your thoughts and actions are about doing for others. So you must decide which is what is more important to you, service to self. Now, I'm not saying that we're not supposed to take care of ourselves and heal ourselves. What I'm suggesting after we have self-love and compassion for ourselves, then we can go out there and give compassion to others. So we are raising our vibration. Let's consider having a humongous, powerful intention. What is your intention? Let's set one right now. I'm going to set an intention. So when I set an intention, it's something maybe within me or out in the outside world here, the outer world, of something that I would like to achieve. Now it's an intention. Am I going to put pressure on myself? Well, I don't know if pressure is the right word. It might be more or less that I'm going to consider and try my very best to do this powerful intention and let it go. You know, we have this goal and then we let it go. We can't just put pressure on it. So right now, let's close our eyes, or keep your eyes open if you choose. Let out a breath, and let's each set an intention, a powerful intention. Now, when we do this, do we share it with others? Probably not. Because when you share your goals or dreams or intention with others, they might be harming it. And it might be through a thought they have, or they might say something to you negative, like, well, you really can't do that, Mary. And then what does it do? It takes all the air out of me, and I say, oh, I guess I can't do that. And it puts doubt in my mind. So we want to just keep it to ourselves. So let's close our eyes and set an intention. I'm going to set an intention myself. Okay, now moving on. Let's raise our vibration. Let's activate our third eye. And I'm going to share with you how are you going to do that. So if you haven't already activated your third eye, your mind's eye, your third eye chakra, let's try doing that. That's your inner eye. It's the gateway to higher consciousness, which is what we've been sharing this morning. We've been speaking about having a higher consciousness. And when we reach a higher consciousness, what's going to happen? We're going to have more personal happiness. We're going to have more harmony, more balance. We're going to have more serenity within us. We are basically calming ourselves down. That's what we're doing here. All right. So we're going to have this activation of our third eye. So let's do this right now. First off, it's a state of mind. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. We're going to release doubt. So let's let go of any doubt. So maybe uncross your legs like I am right now. Okay. And we're relaxing. Like I say, maybe let go of any tension in your arms or legs. We're going to let go of any doubt that we can do this. And we're going to have self-confidence and a willingness to activate our third eye and say to ourselves, I can do this. I can activate my third eye. Now, if you say, what the heck? What do I need to activate my third eye for? Because first off, it's one of your chakras. It's one of the 7 chakras within your body, isn't it? Right here. It's your third eye chakra. And when you activate your third eye, you're going to be able to see so much more than you are. It's basically giving you a glimpse and more information about what's going on outside of you and within you. It's basically collecting total, I guess you could say, sacred wisdom, information that you might not already have. It's opening up a channel within you. So I'm giving you a suggestion to learn about activating your third eye. So you've let go, you've relaxed, you've let out a breath, you've pushed away any doubt, you've given yourself self-confidence, a willingness to do this and say, you know what? I know if I don't give this my best, it won't happen. Because if you have doubt, just forget about it. Say, I'm going to try it. How about we say I'm going to try it? We're going to breathe and we're going to silence our mind. We're going to silence our mind. We're going to quiet our mind down. And now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to visualize light right here where your third eye exists, which is between your 2 brows. You're going to visualize light. I'd like you to sit here, be relaxed, have confidence that you can visualize light right here. Now, maybe you're visualizing a circle of light. Maybe you're visualizing just light across your whole forehead. It's entirely up to you. When I say light, what is the color light? Is it a yellow light? Is it a white light? Whatever resonates with you. For me, I see more of, I guess you could say, a whitish yellow light. That's what I'm seeing when I say this right now. And now as you breathe, I'd like the light to be expanding. Okay, so maybe it expands a little bit. And as it expands, maybe it's opening up within you. That's a suggestion. So you're breathing, right? And maybe you even have a rhythmic breath that it's taking on. And as you're breathing, your rhythmic breath, I would like you to also have that coincide with expanding this light right here that's on your third eye. So as you're breathing, let's do this together. So it's kind of a heartbeat in a way, right? You're breathing, it's also expanding, and maybe it's expanding, maybe it's it's reaching with inside of you, and maybe you see a tunnel, maybe you see a space. I'm giving a suggestion so it allows you to have this idea, this concept, this possibility. But whatever it is for you is right. I give suggestions. So you're breathing. Okay, just do that for a few more moments, and I'm going to share a couple more possibilities. And so you silenced your mind, you're practicing breathing, you're imagining that this light right here is expanding. And I don't know if this has helped activate your third eye. It's going to do something. Because whenever we bring light into our mind, if we imagine it out here in our physical reality, if we visualize it, if it's something we see in our heart, it's changing us. Light will change us. It will reveal more of us. If you're interested in this, sometimes maybe what I'm saying to you doesn't resonate, and maybe you say, oh, that bothers me. I don't like how I feel. That's okay. It's whatever resonates. These are just ideas and suggestions that I'm sharing. Who is that? Who is that? Thomas Grant. Hi, Thomas Grant. You haven't been around in a while. Connects to the inner self. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Exactly. We are connecting to the inner self. I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so we've had a little moment here. We've done a couple of little activities today. We've spoken about visualizing right here, haven't we? Our destiny, whatever it is we want, whatever we want to create because of the portal. And now we just open up our mind's eye. And I know you can do this. It doesn't, look, don't put pressure on yourself. Anything is possible. You have to have that mindset. Anything is possible. You can do this. You are here right now. Now, here's some suggestions to help open up your third eye. And you might say, poo-poo, Mare, I don't want to hear this. However, just give it a moment. And then the next topic, we're going to get on to this Red October. What's going on with this Red October? And we're going to speak about data mining and Bohemian Grove, which is kind of weird and creepy. All right, so consider to open up your third eye. What food are you intaking? Now, if you have more nuts, berries, green vegetables, like today I'm going to have a kale salad with some nuts and cranberries. Eliminate processed food. This part's, I know, hard for some of us. Alcohol intake and caffeine intake. Limit them. That's a suggestion. Look, these are suggestions because I'm just saying, maybe baby steps. Take it baby steps. Now, what are some signs that you've activated your third eye? Do you know any signs? Maybe some signs that will begin to occur will be that you'll be more empathic, you'll have more empathy. Now, we can allow some of these changes to occur, or we can stop them midway. But I'm going to share with you, if you stop it midway, you're going to eventually have to catch back onto it, because you're not going to be able to exist in the world in between this third and fifth dimension. You're just not. It's going to have to happen. So you can accept it now, or you can accept it later. You might start to have light pressure between your brows. Again, you are very possibly going to experience lucid dreams. You will have continuous insights. For example, you might be with a colleague, a friend, a relative, a stranger and some kind of flash of information. When you receive a flash of information, an impression, it's going to feel physical. It's only going to happen for a few seconds. You're going to say, what was that? Oh, that was nothing. No, no, no. You operate on a certain vibrational frequency, a certain ID. Just like my name is Mary, I have a certain vibrational frequency ID, and I'm going to attract into my life those that operate on the same frequency. It's going to be opportunities. So the bigger I expand myself, my awareness, my consciousness, guess what? The bigger opportunities. So all of these destiny, all this destiny, all these dreams and everything that I sit here and I say, let's imagine right before us, will happen for me because I'm expanding. And so together we are expanding, right? And I'm here for you. I'm giving you support. You're a beautiful being of light. Doesn't matter where you live, what you look like, what you have, or what you do. You must acknowledge that within you, okay? You're going to have vivid dreams, lucid dreams. You're going to have a deeper level of understanding and more wisdom. It's already within you. This already is existing within you. It's been dormant. It's been dormant. You have a blueprint within you. So when you activate and all of your chakras become in alignment, here's all the chakras. There's 7 within your body and 5 outside your body. And we've spoken of them, haven't we? We have the earth chakra, 12 inches from the bottom of our feet. Then we have our root chakra right down here at the base of our spine. We have our sacral chakra, right? Which is our sex organs. Then we have right here, we have our solar plex chakra, we have our heart chakra, we have our throat chakra, we have our third eye chakra, we have our crown chakra. And then beyond that, the 8th chakra is the soul star chakra. We have the spirit star chakra, the universal chakra, the galactic chakra, and the gateway chakra. Okay. So just be aware of that. Oh my goodness, what are you writing now? What does that say? Merged all my different. There's so much light that I can't see. Well, good for you. Keep going. Okay. Now we're going to stay open. We're going to ground ourselves. We are going to practice all of this to keep our third eye open. The more we think about imagining our feet within the earth's surface. Now, if you feel like I have all these looping thoughts, I can't ground myself, I'm so upset about something that happened at my work, or I'm in this relationship and it's really upsetting me, or it's something within you that you are just struggling with, go out to a healthy tree in nature. Stand on the roots of the tree. I suggest taking your shoes off. Trees are grounded. They are deeply planted in the earth's surface because of their roots. I'm tangling my words. So just know if you stand there and you touch the tree for 5 to 15 minutes, you are going to ground yourself. It's going to help you. Spending time in nature, being in the present moment, and having strong boundaries. Now, we've spoken about this many times in the past, and I've kind of let it go. So imagine an invisible line 12 inches from your body. Now, within this space right here is your human energy field. Well, imagine 12 inches from your body, and no one is allowed to come into your space without you allowing them, without giving permission, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. So if someone's freaking you out, journal, write it down, and say, hey, can't do that anymore. That's upsetting me. That's hurting me. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to set your boundaries. The stronger your boundaries are, the clearer you will be. Eventually, if you imagine this 12-inch line surrounding your body, enough, it will just automatically be there and people will not come into your space. Okay, so Red October, what exactly is that? Well, Red October, according to the Bible, is Genesis 1:1-31. In the beginning, God created the heavens, the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was over the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. Are we in the midst of the beginning of a new civilization? I believe we are. And why do I say that? Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel, because there's so much change and we kind of are on the precipice. We're like looking over, aren't we, to a new reality, to a new civilization. Eventually, we are all going to be operating through telepathy, bilocation, where we can exist in other locations but be in one place, but then we transfer ourselves. Telekinesis. We are going to learn all about these anti-gravity patents. There's vehicles that operate beyond the laws of physics, and these patents will be released. And when they are released, we are not going to need this big, huge government, because the government is a way of controlling us. We're not going to need that, because we're not going to need to have all this control and domination. We will be free. We will not need gas and oil. We'll be operating through free energy. So these patents will be released, and probably at the same time, we're going to have this Nasara Jasara and this 10 days of darkness and the emergency broadcast system. Now, I find it very odd, and one of my friends said to me, Mary, don't you think it's really odd that we had that emergency broadcast system go off, and then a few days later, then there's this war happened? And all of a sudden, one war is now not even spoken about, and this new war is here front and center. And I'm at my job in the Matrix, and that's everyone's talking about all the time. I'm so upset. Oh my gosh, what the mainstream media is talking about? What is Fox and CNN speaking about? I don't watch it. I'm like, I don't know. And it just seems like people are coming in all agitated and stressed out, and their heart rate and their blood pressure is rising, and it's not doing well for them. And I say, well, that's on the television. The television was invented for entertainment. It's not supposed to be taken seriously. I have to see everything in the physical reality. All right, so Red October. I know that a lot of the stocks dropped. And so there we saw Red October there. Now, is Red October this war? And the Bible said that one quote, and then it said, and God said, let there be light. And then there was light. And God said that their light was good. And God separated the light from the darkness. We are right now we've been experiencing a spiritual war. And I'm going to get into the solar flash. And God separated light from darkness. God called the light day and the darkness night. And there was evening, and then there was morning, and then there was the first day. Sorry about that. So the hunt for Red October was also something that was famous. I'm just bringing up some actual mentions of Red October. The hunt for Red October was this story, a Tom Clancy book made into a movie from October 1st, 1984. Interesting, wasn't it? Soviet submarine captain Mark Ramis goes rogue with ballistic missile. Red October, first appearance, Jack Ryan, analyst working for CIA, prove Ramis' intention was to defect the USA. So here we are in the middle of so-called war. I don't know what to make about that. Okay, and we also have this very interesting situation going on with the Speaker of the House. Who's going to be the Speaker of the House? Is it going to be DT? Is it going to be, who's the other guy? I forgot right off the top of my head. So is Red October the Sea of Red, the $33 trillion debt? I'm not quite sure. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel and give me your perspective. I'm just going to get into the solar flash and Bohemian Grove in just a little bit. I want to mention data mining. So what is data mining? Am I off the beaten track? No, not really, because what I'm realizing is with all of this technology, there is a lot of our information going out, and our personal information is shared with these corporations, and then they extract from the technology, from the internet, our, I guess you could say, our interests, our loves, our how we spend our money. So data mining is extracting information to study the process of extracting and discovering patterns in large data sets involving methods of intersection of machine learning, statistics, and database systems. Sounds all so boring, but be aware that the more you put your information out there, everything now is being handled through technology. We have these iPads, we have these computers, we have these cell phones. And whether it's tapping your phone with your credit card information when you make a purchase through Apple, through these little systems, these little squares that I have it at my place of work. People just tap their credit card, which makes me very nervous. And just know that your information is being extracted. They are discovering who is mining our data. So if you remember, Facebook had this breach of data mining Cambridge Analytica, which I believe it was happening way before that. I know they passed a lot of these, I don't want to say laws, but programs that they allowed the government to either watch us through their television, through our phones, through our computers. I mean, I cover up my little camera on my computer. Maybe you should as well. So pay attention to things like user agreements, user privacy, terms of service, because you're giving away your consent. So be aware. There's patterns to predict future outcomes through data mining. The reason that they data mine is they're trying to predict how you're going to spend your money, how you're going to vote, what your actions are going to be. And this is all done through AI and through computer technology. Okay, so moving on, I want to mention before I get into, maybe I'm going to mention Bohemian Grove first because it's kind of a dark subject, and then I'm going to get into the solar flash. Oh my goodness, what are you saying now? To me, it's very interesting, related to tech for the good. Yeah, I mean, I think that there's good and bad in everything. I'm not saying technology isn't great. I mean, we know that when our financial system changes, they've spoken about this quantum computing, and I've gotten into that, which I believe is what is lining up, because the one world government is being rejected. This all of this what is it? It's digital currency is being rejected. I believe that the quantum financial is going to come into play. Okay, so what is Bohemian Grove? So Bohemian Grove, here we go. Here's a little picture. Bohemian Grove is a yearly, annual, same thing, an annual summer ritual camp. It happens for 2 weeks in July. Here's a little picture of what it looks like. And it's in a wilderness camp. It takes place in Monte Rio, California. So the presidents, and entrepreneurs, actors participate. It's elite gentlemen's club. And I've spoken about some of these secret societies, and this is another club. This is another group that meets, and they make decisions for the population. And this actual group is a little bit more than a handful of people. This is in the thousands. So its seats or the yearly fees cover 2,500 members, and it's 25,000 to join. So what happens at this Bohemian Grove? What's interesting is I watched a television program a week ago, and they actually used this theme in one of the storylines. So here I'm going to hold up. This is something that they have like a little sacrifice for. during the 2 weeks. And it's an owl. I don't know if you've heard about this. So this is known as an elite gentleman's club. There's powerful players. So back in 1872, a group of San Francisco lawyers, artists, and journalists gathered in California, and they bought 2,700 acres of land for these campsites for this Bohemian Grove. And it's a place for the wealthy. Even Mark Twain was a member. And it was originally for artists, but it turned out that more of the wealthy and influential, more of these high-profile, powerful politicians participated. In fact, even back in 1942, they say it led to the atomic bomb, this meeting, the Manhattan Project, 1942. Some members that have been included at Bohemian Grove in this California wilderness annual, secret meeting group: Ronald Reagan, Richard Nixon, Karl Rove, Walter Cronkite. I don't know if I've ever mentioned to you that I met Walter Cronkite in person. So at this, I was out with my parents one day, and I was walking through a parking lot of a restaurant that we knew. And he happened to walk by, and I find it so interesting that I really set my sights on being a host when I was a little girl. And I remember him writing on a napkin his signature and my name. And he wrote Mary Lou, which is what I used to be called. It's really Mary Lucille. And he just signed it Walter Cronkite. I don't know where that went. I know I saved it forever. But anyway, he was one of those that went to Bohemian Grove. Walter Cronkite, Dwight D. Eisenhower, Colin Powell, Nelson Rockefeller, Herbert Hoover, and presidents of Harvard and Yale, Princeton. So this camp inside Bohemian Grove, there are these campsites. They have 20 to 50 people. There's over 118 camps. So this is not a little place, this Bohemian Grove. Hey, Bob Harding, there you are. I will have to rewatch. No worries. I'm so sorry. You know that I posted for 2 days. It was going to be 7 o'clock at night, and here I am at 11 o'clock in the morning. Oh my gosh, I'm so unpredictable, aren't I? So this Bohemian Grove, some of these campsites, these clubhouses are known as the Hillbillies, Mandalay, Cavemen, Stowaway, Uplifters, Owl's Nest. So they have this ceremony every year, and it's the cremation of this effigy. They have this cremation. It's a 40-foot concrete owl, and this is rumored to be a secret society of occultists and the Illuminati with mysterious drinking and ceremonies. So there's power players, global decisions made, a dining circle, a clubhouse, a grove stage that seats 2,000. This is back in the I guess it was in the 1940s, what it looked like. Campfire circle. So why am I sharing with you this Bohemian Grove? Because I want you to be realizing, and I want to just put some kind of emphasis and go down the rabbit hole that this exists. This is a real thing. These secret societies are a real thing. They've been around for a long time. As much as you might be someone that goes, like for me, I'm someone that I go to church and I pray, and whether or not I believe everything that goes on there, which I don't, to me, it's a place that I go to have quiet. It's peaceful. I have a relationship with Jesus Christ, with God, Virgin Mary, angels, and it's a reminder for me. As much as I'm this person who speaks about light, these other people that go around burning stuff like this speak about darkness. So just be aware. Just be aware. That's all I'm saying. Just be aware. All right, so let's get into the solar flash before we do our psychic phenomenon, because we're about to hit the 1 hour mark. All right, so what is the solar flash? Does anyone know? Have you heard about the solar flash? The great solar flash, the grand solar flash. What is going to happen? Well, allegedly, it's rumored to be there's this myth about the solar flash. And it's going to be this moment And it's like the Carrington event. Did you hear about the Carrington event? The Carrington event was this moment in time that there was this grand light that covered the earth, and it it knocked out telegraph system. It knocked out lights, and with that there was all these different colors that came through in the sky. And I think it was like 1 a.m. in the morning. I mean, but don't I'm not saying that for sure. But this grand solar flash that is rumored to be coming, which I've had dreams about it, and I believe it's an event that's coming. Do I know that it's going to be through the earth? Is it going to be something divine that happens? Is it an inevitable event? And it's going to be this event that will basically knock out all technology, and everyone who isn't awakened, all this light will cover the earth, and those that have not awakened and realize how much lies are going on out there will awaken, and they will ascend as well to the fifth or the sixth dimension. So it's known to be this shift, the final stages, a serious reduction of forces prophesied by Mayan, the Hopi, ancient text, a global scale collective event that will catapult humanity into ascension, an awakening, a level of consciousness. The rapture, Armageddon, the judgment day. And the judgment day, what is that? That is the day that they say that Jesus Christ or God will come down, and he will look before you and say, hey, are you a good guy? What have you done? And everyone will have to deal with whatever they have done throughout their lives. It's judgment day. Is this for sure? No. I'm just saying. I'm going down the rabbit hole of the solar flash, right? So it's a massive wave from the sun to the earth, instantly transmutation of two-strand double helix DNA, carbon-based to crystalline light body. So have you been activating all of this light within your system? Have you been realizing it? Because as you do, whatever's dormant within you, your DNA is coming forward, it's coming online. And with the great solar flash, they say, all of your DNA will come online. So this awakening of consciousness, questioning your purpose, existence, it's a gateway to a higher dimension. You will start to forgive others. If you've been holding a grudge, maybe you're going to let that go and say, you know what? Letting that go. You know, when you don't forgive someone, you're actually blocking yourself, because they might not even care. Now, you can forgive someone or accept forgiveness, and you don't even have to be in their presence. Like, for example, right now, you could say, all right, so-and-so hurt me. I'm forgiving. So, and you state their name for whatever they did to you. You thought they did to you, they did do to you, whatever it is, and you let it go out into the universe. They are receiving that your words are energy. So know that. You do not have to be before the person to forgive them or to ask for forgiveness. You will become more self-realized of past traumas and wounds, and those will come forward. You'll have more truth. You'll have more acceptance for yourself. You'll say, you know what? Hey, I'm going to accept this aspect of myself. I'm going to embrace it instead of fighting it or pushing it away. Because when you accept it, you're unblocking yourself. This time with this grand solar flash is a time for transformation for the earth. The earth is transforming. I think that all of the toxins are going to be removed. More light will come onto the earth. The waters will be cleaned. Everything is going to improve. And when everyone wakes up, we're just going to be coming from a place that we won't want as much. Material objects and possessions will not really be important. We'll say, okay, so maybe I really like that shampoo, and maybe it won't be that important anymore. because we're going to be coming from a place that our desires are going to change. It's not going to be as important. When you start to love yourself more, you don't really want everything. Your wants and needs are going to change. And then with this solar flash, it's going to be love and joy and peace. And maybe, just maybe, the Galactic Federation of Light is going to come down, and we're going to realize, and we're going to meet the Palladians, the Andromedans, the Arcturians. We are going to realize that we are star seeds and light workers, and we're here connecting to each other. Okay, so let's get on to some psychic phenomena, because we hit the 1 hour mark. What does this say? Yes, and I heard of this. Did you hear of it? Okay, so psychic phenomenon. Have you been practicing some psychic phenomenon? I'm going to share with you this little chart. Ta-da! All right. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. All right, so let's do some psychic phenomenon and exercise. Do you have ESP, extrasensory perception? Of course you do. You just haven't been practicing. You have the ability to hear others' thoughts. You have the ability to remote view another location. You have the ability to open up your clairaudience, your hearing beyond the walls of the room, your clairvoyance, your third eye, your clairsustenance, your heart, your empathy, and maybe things like your claircognizance. All right, so clairvoyance, according to this chart, is your clear vision, your knowing, the ability to see people, objects, and locations and events in the past and present and distant location and the future. So in other words, you are capable of, maybe it comes through a flash of information. You're standing next to a coworker, and all of a sudden, you're seeing something that happened in their life, in the past, in the present, in the future. And maybe it might not be so good. Maybe it will be something good. Maybe it'll be something bad. What do you do with that information is entirely up to you. Sometimes I've seen things I don't want to see. In fact, many times. All right, so clairaudience, your hearing, clear hearing, the ability to hear things others cannot. And you might say, oh, that's my imagination. As soon as you say that, let me tell you, that means it's not. You might hear a voice tell you something, give you a direction. And how come? Everything that you hear, see, or feel is meant for you because, like we said, you're operating on a certain vibrational frequency. It's information, just like your sleeping dreams are for you. So accept them. I'm starting to get tired, so we're going to do one exercise because I'm getting tired. Clear cognizance, clear knowing. Knowing something without reading or hearing about it. This is the sense allowing someone to know something that is or will be real, although they have no way of knowledge about it. Now, basically, every one of these clear senses is exactly that. There's no way that you would know this. So you say, oh, well, I can't possibly be hearing this. There's no proof that you're hearing it. I can't possibly be seeing this. There's no possible way I'm feeling this. I don't have any proof. There's no tangible proof. You have to trust. Now, the more that you trust and accept your abilities, the more abilities you will have. At first, you might say, I can't do this. It's ridiculous. I feel crazy. So you put it off for a little bit, and then you come back to it. You are tapping into your potential. You are capable of sensory abilities. You have talents, whether you realize it or not. You can psychically advance. All right, so let's practice something right now. Maybe you're going to have flashes of premonition dreams. Maybe you're going to have flashes when you're standing next to someone. Maybe you're going to smell something and say, I don't know where that smell came from. Nothing like, and it's because it's a memory that person had, or maybe something they're thinking of. Maybe it'll come through with your taste. Okay, so look, I'm giving you experiences that I've had. I haven't had the same experiences you're going to have. I'm just giving you some ideas about what it might be like. So just in other words, accept it. All right, so let's let go of any tension we have in our bodies. Let's let go. Maybe you feel like a rag doll. You're pushing away any thoughts, any doubt. You're accepting. You're having a willingness to accept. And you're going to focus on your breathing. We're going to do 3 inhales and exhales together, because that's crucial for you to receive information. So we're going to do together on, we'll say a 5 count, inhales, 3 inhale and 3 exhales, okay? So you're inhaling for 5, holding it for 5, and then releasing for 5. All right, so now you're pushing away any thoughts. You're dropping down into your physical being, your physical vessel. And I'm going to remind you to let go of any tension, let go of any thoughts, have self-confidence. And now what I'd like you to do is, whether or not you want to close your eyes, for me, I close my eyes because I can have more focus and concentration. I want you to listen beyond the walls of the room. So how far can you hear? You can hear in the space that you're in. And just making this suggestion will help you to have more concentration and bring it forward. So you're listening, I'm listening in this room, and then I'm going to be quiet for a minute and listen beyond the walls of the room, as far as I can hear. And then I'm really, really letting go of any tension, because maybe I'm going to hear something, someone say something. Maybe I'll hear someone drop something. Okay, so I'm listening. Okay, interesting. I'm going to share with you. So I heard this very kind of creepy sound, and it was like a little threatening, because I was listening beyond. I haven't done this in a while because I haven't been feeling well. I haven't been well for a few weeks. So I haven't been doing any clairsense work, any psychic phenomenon. So maybe you haven't either. But it's right, muscle memory came right back. So I heard this kind of creepy, it sounded like a bug that could talk. It was weird. Okay, so there we are. We're practicing this hearing. Now I'd like you to try to open up, because we're just going to just do a little tune in. I'd like you to tune in, and let's see if you can tune into your third eye. Do you see anything? Now for me, if I'm giving a suggestion, then I close my eyes. But if I'm tuning into my third eye, I keep my eyes open, because I can see another reality, another dimension, another plane. I'm going to be quiet, and let's see if you've activated your third eye, or if you haven't. Let's say you haven't, you can't do this exercise, or you say, like, I can't see anything. I'd like you to just imagine, like we did earlier, expanding light right here in your forehead. And that's what you're going to practice right now. So I'm going to be quiet and see and look to see if there's anything visible in my third eye. All right, so it's interesting. It's somewhat connected to when I was listening. And there's something trying to hide itself from me in my third eye. So that means there's something that's around me that's not good, that's hiding itself from me. So what am I going to do? Now that I know there's something in my, some dimension that's surrounding me that can get to me, what am I going to do? I'm going to go into that dimension right now, and I'm going to wrap light around it because I can see it's hiding. I'm going to wrap light around it. I'm going to hug it. I'm going to circle light clockwise 3 times. And then counterclockwise 3 times. And then I'm going to do some kind of like with light. I'm going to do some light across it, like light grid work across it from the bottom, from its bottom and from its top. So I get rid of it. And is this something that I've normally done? No. This is just something that's happened today that I'm having this experience and I'm sharing it with you. Okay, so let's see if it's all gone. Usually I do this during a healing, not in this situation. Let's see if it's gone. It's really sticking around. Interesting. Okay, so when you remove, now I'm just going to put light in its place. I'm going to send light in its place, divine light, to get rid of it. Make sure it's all. Okay, so I saw blue sky. So there you go. That's what I saw. That's what happened to me. It was a very strange experience I just had. But you know what, though? I haven't really looked in there. No, that's not true. I have, but it's been a few weeks. So something has come around me in the last 2 weeks that was hiding, but was in there. Now it's gone. I took it away. All right, so there you go, the third eye. Now let's go to our heart. All right, so let's tune into our heart right now, and let's ask ourselves, how do you feel? Okay, so for me, hopefully it comes back as one word. I feel better than I've been feeling. I'm not 100%, but I feel better. All right, so now let's choose one of our clair senses that we just activated. And maybe it's a sense of touch. Maybe it's more than one. Maybe it's your smell, your taste, it's whatever you want it to be. Okay, I'm going to give a suggestion. So let's remind ourselves of the steps. We're letting go of any tension within our body. We're like a rag doll. We let go of any doubt. We drop down into our physical vessel. We let out a breath. We push away any thoughts. And now I'm going to give the suggestion you choose one of your clair senses. I'm going to give the suggestion I'd like you to remind yourself, I'd like you to go to the last time that you have a memory of feeling hopeful. So there's the suggestion, and let's see what you receive. Okay? The suggestion is the last time you have a memory of feeling hopeful. I'm going to focus on my hearing. Whatever else comes through, maybe it's my sense of feeling. I'm going to be quiet. The last time you felt hopeful, what impressions do you receive? Okay, so something really interesting happened for me. I don't know what you received. What's interesting that happened for me is I actually was having trouble finding the last time I felt hopeful. I was trying too hard, and then I let it go. And then I remember being in a certain location with someone, hearing them speak to me, and then I realized, like, all of a sudden everything opened up, and it wasn't just one, for instance. It was many situations that I felt hopeful. So it was very positive for me. This was very positive. Now, why do I give these as suggestions? Because I want you to bring more light into your system. You don't realize sometimes we dwell in this place of everything is so bad, because on the surface, everything looks bad. And maybe you're dealing with some kind of chronic situation or person that is giving you trouble, and you can't get away from it. And you forget how many hopeful moments you've had. And when you bring a hopeful moment or a joyful moment or loving moment, then you're bringing it forward. So then you're actually reconnecting with it. So you're bringing more light into your physical reality. Okay, that being said, before I go, because we're at 1 hour and what, I love you guys all, and I'm so glad that you're patient with me, and I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the weekend. And I don't know if I told you, I have 2 jobs. I have a day job and a night job now. So that's why I haven't been around, plus the fact that I had this health issue. But so I will be, it won't be probably until Wednesday night that I am able to do a live again. So I'm rubbing our hands together. We're taking them apart, and hopefully you feel like some kind of little energy flickers on your palms, and you're creating a ball of light. And so then you want to cup your hands. And when we do this, why do we do this? Because we want to bring light around ourselves. This is how we can bring this ball of light, is literally light, physical, in your physical reality. Now, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Our eyes can only see, 1 or 2% of what's really going on here. We don't see energy. We don't see frequency. We don't see vibration. We don't see if there's some other kind of evil thing like I just saw in my third eye. We can't necessarily see that unless we train ourselves. Now, we are training ourselves to see beyond what our eyes can see. That's why we focus on our senses. So I'd like you to bring light around you. Before I go, I want to show you Elsa. She hasn't been here for a while. She's over there. She needs a grooming. I know. All right, so I brought some light around me. Maybe you can bring light around yourself. So I rub my hands together. Let me grab Elsa. Elsa, you want to say hi? Baby Elsa, who's like so shaggy. She's like the shaggy dog. Look at Elsa. She needs to get groomed. So Elsa and I are telling everyone out there, we're sending you love and light, and practice your telepathy, and you will receive premonitions. You will receive guidance. You will learn how to synchronize your movements. You will be more focused on cause and effect. You can change outcomes through your thoughts. Okay, we're sending you light and love. Okay, Elsa, let me put you down so I can spin some light. Okay, so I'm spinning light, and you're in the center of it, and you're making a wish. Everyone make a wish. And I'm very grateful for everyone who came here today. Light and Z Productions, you're awesome. Bob Harding, and then there was Robert Grant, and anyone else. Please write in the comments on the videos. Tell me how you're doing. I want good things for all you. And you're in the center, and you're making a wish. So I'm imagining this foot-long band of light surrounding you, and you are in the center of it. And I know Bob Harding is telepathic because he read my mind. Okay, I'm spinning it this way, counterclockwise, and you're in the center of it. And you're making a wish. I want good things for you. And everyone have a wonderful day, and I'll be back. And we are in the 5th dimension together. We're on the 5D timeline. Don't forget that. Okay, write down your dreams. Everyone be well. Bye.